No warning, no news. OpenAI just decided to go live and update the new feature called the agent mode, where everybody is talking about and internet is going crazy about the agent mode. In today's session, we will take a look onto how to activate the agent mode, what are some pros and cons, use cases, how do you connect your MCPs, what are the risks, and how do you mitigate those risks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. To enable your agent mode, you will have to come into your GPT, click on Tools, and here is your agent mode. This is currently being rolled out to Pro, Plus, Teams, Education, and Enterprise users eventually. Agent mode is a new capability for ChatGPT that allows it to proactively choose from the toolbox of agentic skills to complete tasks for you using its own computer. In simple language, it's like having an assistant who can think and act. Instead of telling you how to do what to do, it can go do it for you. It uses its own computer. It means it has secure private space where it can open web pages, run programs, handle files, just like you would do on your computer. It combines the operator that can browse, click, fill information on websites, and the deep research of ChatGPT, where now they seamlessly work together. You can simply choose your agent mode and get things going. Once you activated your agent mode, you can go ahead and connect it to different connectors. Here are all the different connectors. Click on Connect More and you can see a bunch of connectors that are automatically available to you. Of course, it's going to ask you for the permission. I've already connected it with my Gmail. You can go ahead and click on Connect to your Google Calendar. Let's try this out. And it's going to click Connect. It's going to ask you to go ahead, read permissions, private and secure, your who's in control, and then once you say go to Google, give it permission, it automatically connects with your agent. And once I click more, here you also have an option to create your own MCP server URL. If you have something more to connect, you do have that option as well. And here we have the web searching interface, the deep research options. It creates spreadsheets and presentations. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some use cases. Now let's take a look at the first use case. So here I am on my GPT. I give a prompt asking it to book a 4-star hotel in New York City using hotels.com within walking distance of a Lincoln Center that has a gym. Well, I don't go to the gym, but just the prompt had that. We are two adults. I gave the dates and the price, and it understands the prompt first, and then it does its due diligence. I'm going to refresh it, and you can take a look on what is happening right here. It can intelligently look at websites, click on things, filter results, and even ask me to securely log in if it needs access, which is behind a login wall. It can switch between seeing websites like human does and just reading the text for quick fact checks. Take a look at what an amazing job it's doing right here. It starts with hotels.com. It is clicking at different dates that I have asked it to click for from October 31st to whatever, November, whatever. And here it's taking a look, looking at New York, clicking. All of this is being done in the back end for me. And once it's all done, it stops right here. And this is what I wanted you to see. Once it comes to the checkout page, this is where browse takeover or the takeover option comes in for deeper access. If it needs to log into a website, like a specific account, it can temporarily give me the takeover option where I take over, I log in with all my details, I plug in my password. Of course, the password stays private. That's what OpenAI claims. I plug in my credit card information, and that's it. I book my hotel and it's done. So when I click on takeover, and as you can see, it's asking me to take over, which I just clicked. It is browsing through, and I do have an option to enter. I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and spell my name, Bhavani. I'm going to click my last name, Kola. So it gives me complete access. I can go ahead, fill up the credit card information, name on the card type. I'm just going to say card. I can type in whatever I want. And once I finish processing, I've finished paying, I say finish control. And then it's checking if I really completed the booking, which in this case I did not. So So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. It says I'm unable to view the current screen, so you could let me know if you completed entering all the information. And are you ready for me to confirm the booking? Once I'm just gonna say yes and see what happens. I'm really starting to wonder if we are in the AGI era, because all I did was give it a prompt and this automatically does the due diligence, gives me the complete whole 9 yards, and all I have to do is fill in my information and boom, my booking is done. Now let's take a look at the second example, which is creating a detailed analysis of AI continuing education classes in community colleges in Texas. So I gave this detailed prompt and this worked for about 9 minutes. And here is your on-screen navigation, your on-screen process of what's happening. I think this on-screen navigation and this on-screen working of this virtual computer of the AI agent gives us some kind of transparency. I can see what exact website it's browsing, what information it's pulling up from, and it does all its due diligence. It runs the code, and then it gives me a detailed, very detailed, in-depth analysis. I'm just gonna scroll this through. And as you can see, it's looking at all the different community colleges in Texas, all different CE classes, CE courses, the workforce analysis as well. And it also codes and takes a look at all the different information. It's modifying, it's updating, it's checking. And then once it's done, it gives me this analysis of continuing education program designed for Texas community colleges, artificial intelligence, the foundation, the core concepts, AI across industries, the Texas workforce demands, the 5 courses, the CE pathways, and all of this information is done. And this is what I really want you to take a look at. This is great, but I know this has the capabilities of creating presentations. So I say create a presentation using the above information. And then it goes back into its coding mode. Let me click here. Let me start from the beginning to show you what happens. It executes the code. It makes sure it is running the script, executing everything, checking the information, and it's creating automatic slides for me. It runs the code, creates every single slide. And as you can see, I'm just going to let it run for a quick second. And you can take a look. It's running the JSON files. It's creating the HTML code. And it's using its own terminal to do that. And for me to visually see what's happening, I think that's a big transparency. Plus, it gets 1 point because if I'm able to see what's happening, exactly how it's coding, what website it's scraping, what code it's using. And once it's done, here is my complete presentation from the beginning. There you go. Core concepts across AI across industries, workforce demands, 5 course pathways, and conclusion and impact. How cool is that? Now let's take a look at the third use case, which is of course connecting my Gmail. So what I do is I do have a single Gmail that I use to connect with all these agents. So because I'm not really sure, this is so new, I do not want to give away my email that I use on a regular basis. So I create one email that I use for all testings, and that's the email I use for all subscriptions. So what I did was I said, give me the top AI news from my email. So of course, it connects to my email. It's scraping through all the emails that I got about AI. I probably could have specified in the last 2 days or the last 3 days, but I did not. I was just trying it out. So it scrapes everything. And once it does, as you can see, it's reading the email, looking through all of the information, all the different emails that I got about AI. And then it comes up with this top AI news. Here it is. It also gives me the sources and which email it had picked up that information from. What are the risks? Because ChatGPT agent mode can now take actions on the internet, directly work with your information, there are new or probably higher risks compared to just having a conversation with an AI. Imagine a bad actor putting a hidden instruction on the webpage like metadata or invisible text. GPT agent might visit that page and get tricked into doing something it shouldn't, like sharing your private information or performing a harmful action on the website that you logged in. Remember prompt injection? It can also perform tasks like making purchases or sending an email. These consequences and mistakes could be more serious. When you're using connectors like Gmail or logs into websites via takeover mode, it directly has access to your personal information. This means new things to consider regarding your privacy. So here are some privacy measures. GPT is trained to always ask for your permission before doing anything with real world consequences like making a purchase, sending an email. Always review and confirm these requests carefully. You don't want to send an email to someone that you should not be sending to. To reduce the risks of prompt injection or unwanted data access, turn off any connectors like Gmail when you don't specifically need them for a task. Remember, you can interrupt, take over the browser, or stop any task at any time with the on-screen narration. I hope you enjoyed this session and follow for more.